Hello, I'm Elgato and welcome back to a facecam video. That's right, I'm here in the flesh again in the corner of your screen to talk to you about some more real life stuff. This is something I had a lot of fun doing the last couple of times I've lived these, and today I wanted to talk about not, real life stories again, but instead real life annoyances. And not like these giant annoyances that you hold a passion in your heart against something for like months or years at a time, but instead it's about minor annoyances which just burn, this like passion of hatred into you for a solid 5 or 10 seconds before you get over, because some of these things are just like, I don't understand why they're issues in 2017, and I figured why not spread the word and fix them with today's video, or at the very least have some fun talking about them. So hopefully you'll do enjoy it, like if you do, because it helps out the channel a lot and lets know you do like this sort of video. Most importantly, it feeds the wife and kids. If you like the video, they won't starve to death. If you don't like it, then you know what, their blood will be in your hands. Whichever way you want to deal with this, that's fine. But with that said, let's get straight into talking about the first minor annoyance that I have, and this is one came up very recently, because escalators are a magical thing, right? I think we can all agree on that, like, stairs are this really boring way up and down, and elevators, they take too long, because the mechanical, even if you have a fast elevator, it's a lot of time to wait, and it's just not a fun process. But escalators, you can stand on the right, and wow, that's amazing. You're like going places without any effort, or you can walk up the left, and you're going at like 1.5, 1.7 times speed. You're going a lot faster, and isn't that wonderful? We've invented this thing, and we put them everywhere because escalators are amazing. We need to agree on that before we go anywhere else, because the thing about escalators that I just don't understand is how people don't understand the really simple rule of stand on the right. 99% of the population understands, especially in like big cities, if you are on an escalator and there are lots of other people near you, you stand on the right so that if you want to walk up it or down it or whichever direction, you can, I went out of focus there, but if you want to walk up it, you go on the left, and isn't that amazing? You can go super fast, or you can stand and let the ride take you. It's a two-in-one system. But what some people, again, that's 99% of people, but what I don't understand is how some people don't get that rule, because this especially happens, I went to Westfield recently, it especially happens in shopping centres, but every now and then it will happen on the underground, or happen like, on at some airport or something, and it's like, you know what, there is one rule to this escalator. Literally, you can do anything you want as long as you follow this one rule. I mean, I guess you can't do anything you want, but you can do most things you want on the escalator if you don't follow this one rule, and I don't understand how people don't get it, because if you're the only person on the escalator, that's fine, they can just walk around you, but if you see there's like 8 people standing on the right, and you're like, you know, I'm gonna stand on the left of that guy, isn't that a good idea? Because all of society works because we all just kind of follow the leader and stuff. It's weird that that's how things work, and there's so many of these weird rules where like you just kind of follow them because it makes things work better. Like someone came up with the rule, we all start following the rule, and now that's a thing. And I don't understand how you can stand on the left of an escalator with any good explanation, because bear in mind what you're doing is you're saving like yourself 0.5 seconds, but the moment you stand on the left, the person walking up behind you, it causes a blockage. So instead of having like a solid like stream of like that and people walking past it, instead you just got this like slow boulder of people that goes up, and like I see this happen all the time where people will just stand there because they want to talk to their friend or something, and it causes this like giant, like again, it causes this giant boulder that just never stops, and it's like the amount of time you can ruin by not knowing this one rule makes me wonder why people don't. And then it sometimes makes me think, like, again, because if I'm walking up and I have to get stuck behind someone, I'm like, now I'm part of the blockage too. You have made me part of this terrible thing. And it just makes me say sometimes, like, you know how there are those terrible countries where, like, like they'll shoot people because they do this really, like, really simple thing, like, oh no, this man accidentally said the king's name too wrong. On the one hand, that sounds really terrible, but then you kind of get it when there are these people that, like, can ruin so much time with one rule, and you're like, you know what? Maybe we have to kill 1% of people on the escalators. Maybe we have to have, people with guns there. But maybe our escalators would go faster as a result. And I'm just saying, I don't seriously think those things. But you kind of get it when you're on escalators. And I'm just saying. Don't hold me accountable for those words. But with that said, that is my first major annoyance. Like, people who don't follow the really basic rules, but the one in, like, because like letting people off the train before you get on, you can't go anywhere until they're gone anyway. So it's that sort of thing. But with the escalators one is the most frustrating one in the world, I think, because again, it's such a simple concept, and you are ruining the magic of the escalators if you don't do it. But yeah, the second one that really annoys me because it comes up all the time, and admittedly, I don't know my days of the week as well as most, as in like, I know what the days of the week are, but I don't know my days of the week in terms of what day we are currently on most of the time. So like, is it a Monday? Actually, right now, is it a Tuesday? I think it's a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Friday. This is going up on a different day anyway, but it's some day of the week, right? I don't necessarily know it because I have a flexible schedule. Like I do a lot of stuff some days and I do not so much other days, so I don't know what day it is half of the time. And as a result of this, I get really, really screwed by this other thing that you got to keep in mind, because all of the days are exactly the same. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It doesn't really matter 90% of the time, and Saturday, again, it's going to be mostly the same, but then Sundays, on certain countries, again, it's most countries, but a lot of countries are just like, you know what, it's Sunday, so we're gonna shut down everything. And I know why. Don't try and be like, oh, Toycat, you're being really silly. Don't you know the reason? Again, I don't even go there. Like, let's not falter the reason. Some people don't like Sundays, or don't like doing stuff on Sundays. That's fine. What I don't get is the idea that it's okay to just not do stuff on Sundays for other people. Like, oh yeah, well, you know, there is this thing, and we're just not open on Sundays. Some websites will not let you book on Sundays. That's a real thing you can look up. But more importantly, every time I want to get somewhere, I'm like, okay, I'm going to plan the route from the airport to this place, or like, I'm going to go from there to there. And what ends up happening is, oh, it's a Sunday, so all bets are off. You know how there's those 2 a.m. trains, which are important to get people to the airport? Guess what? On Sundays, don't need to do them because it's a Sunday. And I'd understand if, like, you know, Sunday, you're using that day to, like, be like, oh yeah, we're going to get this done that day instead. Like, again, there are some places where you have to track. I'm just making up stuff that might need to be done, but like with trains in particular, it's just like, so you just get to not have those things there, and I don't understand it all. I don't understand how, and this is, like, again, in the UK it's not so bad, on my rail line it's not so bad, but in some places it's just like, oh yeah, we don't run them on Sunday because why not? In some cities in the world I've been to, it's just like, oh yeah, we don't run metro. Why would people need to get places on Sunday? That's not a real thing. And again, I get the argument of like, you want to have people, like, you know, have their day off and work and stuff, but in reality, in the modern world we live in, where you can just like have anyone want to take up Sunday if they want to and give them the option to, I don't understand why that's not a real thing. And yeah, Sundays, they're super annoying, not just because like, oh yeah, well, there's one day of the week where we can't do things even if we want to because everything closes early, or like the schedules run weirdly or something, but also, you know, I don't even know when it's coming. Like, is Sunday tomorrow? Is Sunday yesterday? Is Sunday today? Can I go places if I want to? I don't even know. What do I have to do? Look at a calendar and like keep a track of the time? It's terrible, and that's why it's a minor annoyance, because like, the reasons that we haven't gotten rid of the rules, because again, the thing I'm annoyed at is the fact that there are rules dictating that this has to be this way. The reason we haven't got rid of the rules is so silly, and when you look into it, you're like, rolls eyes, and again, I don't want to say anything more, but roll your eyes a lot is what I do every single time. I'm like, oh, I can't get to the airport without having to now, you know, buy an Uber or something, because I can't do that. And I'm just saying, you've ruined it, Sunday. Why don't we just have a 6-day week, or a 50-day week, you know? We can keep Sunday, but let's just like pad it out with 40 other days. Oh wait, make every day of the month its own day. That way, instead of having to remember it's Monday the 3rd, you could just be like, it's the 22nd. And 22nd means that it's vegetable buying day, and then we could make, I'm just saying, here are some ideas. I hope you all enjoy them. Please don't kill me. Again, some people already have in the comments. But with that said, let's move with the final minor annoyance. And I know this is like, if these are first world problems, this is one that's like not even a first world problem. It's like a YouTuber first world problem. Because, you know, when I upload something to YouTube, I know this will sound like weird, or I don't know what it will sound like, but when I upload something to YouTube, I genuinely love reading the comments for the first, let's call it 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes, just because I'm like, I uploaded a thing that I'm usually pretty proud of, and I'm like, I want to see what people thought. Did they like this? Did they learn that? Did they, you know, were they, you know, I like to learn which bits of it people liked. I like to learn, like, oh yeah, I made a mistake there. Well, that's something I can learn from the future. Or like, oh, someone didn't like this. I wonder why. There's so many things you can get from comments. But the thing is, also not anymore so much. I don't read comments as much anymore. Although I try to, you know, I keep an eye on them. But like YouTube comments, they've, you know, it was like they were pretty downhill already, and then they went even more downhill in the last few years. But the thing where YouTube comments have gone the most downhill, and the most petty of minor annoyances in the world, is first comments. Have you ever checked a comment section 5 or 10 minutes after it's been uploaded? And you're like, you know, even if the video is 10 minutes long, you'll be like, oh, I'm curious as to what people thought. No, every single comment, every single one of them will be first. There'll be some seconds in there, but it'll mostly be like 40 or 50 first comments. And you know, this is the most ridiculous thing in the world, because why do we need so many first comments? Like, even the first comment is so stupid. Like, what does that achieve letting me know you're the first person? Like, maybe you can't think of a comment, so you type first. I almost get that. I think it's silly, but yeah, your first comment, that's fine. The second first comment, maybe he's made a mistake, this is getting annoying now, but by the time you get to the 5th first comment, you're like, dude, this wasn't a good idea, and then you're the 5th person still. The reason this shows up is because of mobile. Like, you can't see, if you haven't like refreshed the comments by the time you type yours, then that's a thing. But like, if you see that it refreshes and you're not first, then you probably should remove your comment. If you type the 6th comment and you're not first, you know, your comment is first and it's not first, then what use is your comment doing there? And admittedly, there's a part of me that's like, ooh, well, I probably get some benefit from having giving so many comments to the views or whatever, but the other part of me goes, no, why is every comment saying first? And I've thought about this so much, like, what is the easiest way to stop this? There is nothing you can do, because no one's watching your video before they type first, and the only thing I thought of, and this is the most, like, delectably evil solution. Again, I think every solution so far has been like, let's shoot some people, or like, let's have a 30-day calendar week. These are all bad ideas. I'm not saying we should do them, but what we should do, what would be a really good idea for the comment section, is to blacklist the word first. If you don't know, you can blacklist words on your channel so they never show up. So everyone who types first never shows up, and that way everyone who is a first person will keep coming into the comments to type first over and over again, and their comments will never show up. That's my delightful plan. I probably shouldn't do it, and there's probably not a good reason to, but that's the biggest, most minor, petty annoyance in the world. The fact that people will type first comments even if they're not first, and they don't check, they don't refresh don't do it. Whatever you do, don't type, if your comment is the number of your comment and then your thing, just think to yourself, like, I wonder what benefit this adds to the world. Will anyone else enjoy watching this, seeing this? No. Will the video creator enjoy it? Probably not. Do I enjoy typing this? I mean, I'm just doing it because I think oh yeah, I guess no one enjoys this, and then you throw your phone in the air and you go and you have a happy time. Or you watch the video, because again, YouTube comments, I take some steps back. I've done this like hand motion so many times, but let's just take some steps back, okay? That's a good idea. I hope you did all enjoy today's video, by the way. Those are the most minor annoyances in my life. Like the video if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot, wife and kids, whatever. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here, because I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if you want to see those, let me know. No, you subscribe. And if you want to see more of this, let me know with the comments. Or just type first. Really high quality stuff. I'll love it. I love it when I read comments and they only say first. Type it in. Wait. Type first, and then what you want, whether you want more of these, because I had a lot of fun with them. But yeah, this is me outstaying my welcome now. So goodbye.